Protectionist tariffs in just 2 minutes. So let's assume we're talking about a hypothetical country and a hypothetical product. Now, this country does not have a comparative advantage in the production of that product. So if production was left domestically, it would be produced at this domestic price, P dom, which is the intersection of the domestic demand, D dom, and the domestic supply, S dom. Now, because other countries or the outside world have a comparative advantage, the world price or the world supply curve is lower than the domestic equilibrium. So, at this world price, domestic producers can only supply QS dom, and domestic consumers, they're in demand of QD dom. So the difference is the imports without the tariff. Let's see what happens when you add a tariff. So you add a tariff and the price rises from PW to PW plus T because the S world curve shifts to S world plus tariff. Suddenly, domestic producers can produce more at this price here, which is the domestic supply increases from QS dom to QS dom 1. But because the price is higher, domestic consumers, they demand less. So domestic demand falls from QD dom to QD dom 1, and suddenly the difference, which is the imports with the tariff, also decreases. There's a decrease in imports because domestic supply has increased and domestic quantity demanded has decreased. Now this green box over here, shaded in green, that's the government tax or tariff revenue. Remember, a tariff is a tax on imported goods or services. So to sum up, the domestic producers are better off because the domestic quantity supplied and the price has risen. Foreign producers are worse off. Consumers are worse off, they have to pay higher prices, and the government is better off because it collects tariff revenue.